Hello from the world headquarters for the Hangin' with Herky Empire.
And he is wound up tonight.
Well, you got him all wound up right before we turned the camera on. We've been really doing a lot of things around the house here. One of the big things we got going on here is we got a big Instapot experiment going on.
Yes, we are trying to come up with meals for our trip that we can just throw in there really quick, like while we're setting up camp or whatever. And we're trying to find some that we can freeze and then put them in the Instapot.
So we've been trying out recipes. We got one cooking in there right now, so we're going to try that out.
Chicken and rice.
Our plan is to be able to have several weeks worth of Instapot meals so that when we get out on the road, all we got to do is throw that in the Instapot. So that's the plan right now.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's going to come together, but that's what we're working on.
Yes. So for Christmas this year, one of my gifts from Edward, and our daughter Martha helped, was I got some bandanas. I got 4: blue, black, red, white. But they say, hanging with Herky, like Ed's hat. So now when I wear my bandanas,
She's
I'll be
got
styling.
the insignia on her bandanas, which
Yeah.
have become her trademark because a lot of people always comment about her bandanas on our videos. So anyway, now she's got some signature ones.
yeah. So I'm sure Herky gave the idea, but
He tells me everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So hey, what did you think about the video this week? We were really camping under some extreme conditions there.
Well, and somebody had asked about if we lost control. And the one part, we came down the hill where Herky and I have our picture taken with the big coal miner statue.
Just in Galena, Kansas area.
Right.
There.
So we come down a hill and Ed looked at me and he says, "We're sliding. We have no brakes."
Yeah.
And we slid to the bottom of that hill.
So we are really fortunate in that, I've said it before, our tow vehicle is awesome. We love this Ford Escape, but it has traction control in it. And it's got this computer device in there that kind of like pulses it's further than anti-lock braking. It has 4-wheel independent braking, so it can put the brakes on independently on 4 wheels. Man, that worked really good. It straightened us out really good. That was the first time I really felt that thing kick in and be used. Oh, here goes Herky.
Leaving?
We're leaving us.
There you go.
He's going to go look at the huskies that live in the yard behind us.
Yes.
So anyway, yes, we did do a little slip sliding, but that was the only part I really felt was dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we were dangerous any other time. It wasn't bad.
It was brutal.
And it really wasn't that cold. We've done colder. We've done -4.
Won't do that again. That was really cold.
No, and this wasn't really
right.
that
It was
bad,
just
did you
mainly
think?
just severe weather. The ice was really bad, and the sleeting and all that. That's all. It was like 28 degrees or something like that. So
and the one day, which I think that video's coming up this week, it was sunny. We could go out without our coats on.
Yeah. So,
well, when we left,
actually, by the time we got down
out of
to
Miami,
out of Galena, Kansas, and we got down to Miami, Oklahoma, it was fine. By the time we got down, it was probably in the 40s.
Yeah.
And everything. So
yeah,
the weather was crazy, but we did just fine.
Yeah, it was fun.
What about that theater?
Oh, I know, and I loved it. But then when she started talking about like Bing Crosby being there and Bob Hope, it was just,
hey, you calm down.
That just did it for me.
Yeah, that was totally unplanned. We just seen how beautiful that architecture was, and we decided, you know what, we're gonna run in there.
Well, we had actually gone through town and we turned around and came back.
Yeah, we went down to the car wash because the car was just full of.
Yeah, it was hard to even get the door open.
But what in the world?
He's crazy tonight. Stop.
So anyway, just going inside that old theater and everything was really cool.
Yeah,
and boy, when she fired up that organ, it just gave you goosebumps seeing all that. So it was really.
She didn't play it. They have a man that comes in
and like programs
that can play it, and so they record him playing it, and that's what they play.
Yeah, it's actually the organ playing, but it's somehow computerized and runs. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We really had a good time there, and
We spent a lot of time there.
we spent a lot of time there. And man, we found some really nice spots to camp and that. So
Yeah.
we had a good time.
Well, wasn't it there in Miami too that they had a park down from the car
Right
wash?
in Miami, they got a really nice boondocking spot down there. There's no utilities in that,
No,
but
like
there's
there's a dump
there's
station.
an RV dump station.
Yeah. He's pushing me off the couch. What are you gonna do? All right, Herky.
I don't know if we're gonna get through this. I don't know what's got into
What
him.
is wrong with you? Okay. I'll hold
But
it.
anyway, that is outside of Miami. We found a really good spot there, and
We didn't stay there,
right,
but
but we still found a spot. We'll be back there, that's for sure.
right. Okay, so this week we are in Pawhuska, Oklahoma.
So this was actually, as you see us, this video, this last week, we're running all that bad weather. This was a combination of going and seeing my parents, but also we were headed to Pawhuska, Oklahoma.
Pioneer Woman, baby. It was so much fun. We spent forever there.
We had a really good time. I got to say that Nancy had a better time than I did.
No, now you enjoyed it. I heard you say that the other day. to
Yeah,
somebody.
it was really. So my part was let me back up. So in the morning we got down there and we went to the Mercantile and seen everything in town of Pawhuska. Then later on we drove out to the Drummond Ranch and
to the lodge.
and we seen where they filmed Pioneer Woman
Yeah.
and everything like that. I was really impressed, and it was really down to earth. I was expecting kind of something very Hollywood, and that it wasn't at all. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We had a really good time, and the people out there at the ranch were really
you just
nice
roamed
to us.
through that
Yeah.
that lodge.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, yeah.
we had a really good time. I don't want to give too much away, but boy, be looking for that this week
Yeah.
because I think.
Well,
I
even
think
if
you'll
you're
really
not
enjoy it.
a fan of Pioneer Woman,
Mhm.
which I don't watch her and I don't like to cook, but I like her dishes and stuff. But it was just fun to actually go there and eat
Mhm.
in the restaurant of her. I mean, and it's all her stuff.
Mhm.
She doesn't cook it, obviously, but it is, all her recipes and stuff. And that was really fun. And the bakery upstairs.
The fun thing about just getting there is we were able to pick up some sections of Route 66 that we
True.
like. Some the Kansas section we had not been to before. It's only about 14 miles, and we had missed that a couple times
The Rainbow Bridge.
just because of our thing there. So yeah, that's right. We stopped at the Rainbow
yeah,
Bridge.
that was last week, right?
That's a
Yeah.
really famous bridge. That's built in 1936, and there was the preservationists went through a lot of work to save that bridge to keep them from tearing it down. So if you're ever in that area, you want to swing by there and take a look at it because there's just a lot of history in that area. But being on Route 66 is something we really love.
Yeah.
So
In case you
anyway,
didn't know that
yeah.
about us.
So
Yeah.
anyway, be looking for that.
So this week we had a ton of comments.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for reaching out and giving us ideas too.
Mhm.
We like that.
Yeah, we had some people actually in the past few weeks. I've got some emails, some comments about some people just giving me some tips on maintenance on the trailer, and one guy kind of gave me a little tip on the on keeping the ground wire clean on the tail lights, and that was really helpful. One of the comments we got was from Rhonda, and she had asked us if we could start incorporating some sort of visual on a map or something where we're going
To show
to
like
show where we're at
Mhm.
because she's having difficulty visualizing that, and I think that's legitimate. I could see that. As you know, I am not a professional software editor or anything like
he's not
that.
very
So,
techy.
so
I'm not at all.
I'm
but-
gonna try to figure out how to do that, Rhonda, and so you can kind of see where I think it's a good point. I notice there's a lot of other people that do that.
I would like it too.
It might be something as simple as us just pointing the camera at a map and talking about where we're going, but that's a
Or
good
where
point.
we've been,
Yeah, and that's a good point, and we're going to try to incorporate that. Now, when you see our videos, they're a few weeks behind where we actually are. So
We are not in the snow and ice right now.
right. So give us a little time, and I'll get that accomplished for you. I think you'll like it. So there was just a ton of comments about the weather and how cold it was, and and such as that. One gentleman asked if the taillights on the camper were blinking because of the cold. No, but I do got to say that is not the first time people have asked me the question about why the taillights on the camper are blinking. And I just want to say that they're really not. It's an optical illusion when you have LED taillights and you're using a digital camera. So basically what happens is the shutter speed syncs up with the LED frequency,
Yeah.
and gives the appearance that they're flashing, but they're not flashing. There's nothing wrong with our taillights. And it was cold, but they work just fine.
Yeah. So small town America, we enjoy seeing all the different small towns, and I think it's because we both
Well,
grew up in
we
a
live
small
in a
town.
small town here.
We do
Yeah.
here, but we also grew up in one.
Mhm.
And the good thing about that is we're not going to run out of small towns anytime
There's plenty to
soon,
do.
right?
That's so that
You all might
it
be
has
tired
been-
of us
it
before
is-
we
No,
run
it's been amazing how many people are saying they're really appreciating the small town tour that we're doing. So we're gonna keep that up. We have some other stuff planned, some
Yeah.
parks and things like that. And we'll be doing that. But
Yeah, we have some
I
national
think
parks
I
coming.
think when we, in between these park videos, we're gonna still hit small town America.
Well,
I hope you enjoy it.
And we do stay off the highway as much as possible.
Sure.
So therefore, you do see a lot of the small towns. And I mean, some of them are just so amazing that you can't help but
Right. They're-
video them.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
So we stay off the highway as much as possible. In fact, our GPS is set.
when we get in the car, we set it for avoid freeways. So
Right.
that's how we find all this stuff.
So yeah.
Yeah, and like
a
I
good
said,
way to
we
travel.
live in a little small town here. There might be 600-800 people here. I don't know. I don't know what the population is.
Yeah, I don't
But
either.
we have a main street with one stoplight,
Yeah.
and but we have a subway.
2 of them.
We have 2 subways.
Right.
That's
yeah.
the sandwich shop. That is so.
Right, yeah. Not. That's funny.
We have a subway down on Main Street, and
Yeah.
then we have a
Subway
out by the
yeah,
interstate, right there at the truck stop. So
Yeah.
anyway, so we do have a subway system here in small town Indiana.
You're funny.
So anyway, hey,
Anyway.
if you want to get a hold of us, just reach out to us with that email, hangingwithherky@gmail.com. We'd be happy to answer any question that you have. Herky has a Facebook page.
I just posted a picture of him.
So-
He looked up.
Yeah.
I have what? You have what?
So if you want to see what this rascal's doing, just join him there and Hanging with Herky on Facebook.
Yeah, he's ornery.
So for right now, we got Herky all settled down. We're going to run in there and test out this new Instapot recipe. We'll update you guys later on how that's going, but we think we got a good idea here. Bye, we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.